Run it. I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then I go off.
Hi, and welcome back to The Conscious Day Trader. Today we're going to break another pound-dollar trade. And yes, it was going to be the Bali vlog, but unfortunately, price action has been really good on the pound-dollar. So we're going to break down another great day. We had profits of 514, I believe. We're just going to switch now onto the MT5. 514, that price action is screaming up now. Always these situations where you're like, just have kept it a little bit longer. But $500 in a day's work, I can't complain with that. And if we jump straight away onto TradeSync, we can see all our trades for April. We're currently running on 5,154. So super good month, and all green months. Well, 4 months now, all green days. We haven't had a red day since January 1st. We're continuing, and hopefully we'll close the month all green and see if we can break records of green days. That would be great. Joking aside, it has been a super good month. And the reason I'm saying that is because my trades have decreased, my entries, 5558, and you can see some days where we've had like 16 trades, and the months before it would be like 20 trades trying to manage out, but we're getting better entries. And if you're new to the channel, we trade ICT 2022 mentorship, fair value gaps, liquidity draws, daily values. You know how it is. And also I manage my trade with my own sort of development of a pound averaging approach, where I kind of I call it repositioning. Is because I try and close and open positions at a better price, and it's something that works for me, and it has been doing really well in these 4 months that I've been using it. So what we're going to do next is we're going to jump onto the pound dollar on TradingView. I'm going to try and make this video quite quick, since we're all up to date. If you're following and you're not subscribed, please do that now and like the video. Have you liked? Like it now. Like it now. You can do it. Like it now. And make sure you subscribe, because that's going to help the channel massively. So back to the trade. So today what we saw was this sort of ranging action on the pound dollar. And let's take our replay actually and do a little bit of price action of how the price moved. This is from the 17th. So we can see that we took out that sell side liquidity. Price came up and then came back into what today is equilibrium, but it wouldn't be for the time. Took out liquidity and filled this 4-hour fair value gap. You can't see it there clearly because I'm on the 1 hour, but if I switch on the 4-hour, you can see that wick there to that. I didn't take it all the way down here because this has been filled already, and this filled more of that fair value gap on the 4-hour, and that's why you see only the fair value from that wick to that wick, where in normal scenario you would take it from this wick down to this wick. Filled the 4-hour and then came down. However, it didn't break the lows. Then pushed up, took out liquidity again, filled the whole 4-hour now. The whole fair value gap has been filled. Took out the highs, created the high, previous high, and then consolidated. If we go on to a 15-minute, we had this box here from London Open. We had a clear manipulation of price below these. What do we have here? Sell side liquidity. Sell side liquidity was taken out, and that's what pushed the price up. Failed to take the highs, came back down, failed to take the lows. So we had intermediate price action that we're not breaking highs and lows. So we're starting to build momentum, like we're building. No liquidity draws have been taken out, and this fair value gap here on the 15-minute hasn't been tapped into. And as we can see now, that just happened. Let's kill the replay, see the price to the pip, took out the fair value gap, and now potentially can come down to equilibrium before, or it will push back up to the previous daily highs. But as of now, as we can see the price action from the Asian market into London kill zone and now into New York, there hasn't been a break of the highs or the lows. So there's a lot of consolidation between the big price that we've been talking about, the 215, and the lower prices around the liquidity draws that we've talked about, especially around the 123, this area here. So the price is kind of actively consolidating around this area. So it's quite this can be tricky for some people where they're not used to these sort of not so clean charts, and then it's kind of like consolidating around equilibrium. But if you zoom in and you are patient and you can see to look at the price action, you can find some nice opportunities to make money into this, especially when you go onto the lower time frames. And that's what we did today. We traded long on the pound dollar. We were at discounted areas and we wanted to get back into equilibrium. First trade was after selling after this sell side liquidity, back into equilibrium. Now someone might say, why would you trade this and not wait for it to go down to the pound to break the previous daily low? I was happy to be long, because as I've discussed in the previous videos, I'm expecting price to come up, to break the 2.5 and go higher as a long-term goal. And that comes from analyzing the daily and weeklies. If you want to have a quick look of that, we've had that breakdown all the way to the 103, came up, consolidated, broke the double high, which we very accurately discussed. Let's take the auto out. Very accurately discussed about a few weeks ago. We said that it's going to come up and take these highs. Let's take the London Killzones out so we can see. It took the highs and now coming down. But if you look at the bigger picture, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles, green weak candles. And a reaction at 125. Now, someone can say that this is the push into the 125 before it sells off, but I am quite convinced that there is enough liquidity above this area here from the higher tops all the way down that can potentially come and take out that fair value gap that we see there. Out of interest, let's just drop a fib on this and see where the fib lies. So from this all the way down to the 103, look at that, 61.8, exactly on the fair value gap. So that is my sort of, I'm predicting that this price is going to be going on the long side. Now, is it going to happen in this day, next day, or so on? Price, you can make money up and down every day, but as long as you have an understanding and a logical way of thinking of price, especially pushing up into the 125 to retest 125 and take the highs of this swing here, which coincides with the daily fair value gap. And if you go to the daily, we can see that quite a clear daily fair value gap there. But you could take the whole daily fair value gap from this area down to here, which is also valid. So pretty much taking the highs out of this swing, which would be the next logical target, and it corresponds with the 168 of the Fibonacci, which is normally the golden zone around the Fibonacci retracement. I do like the 176 retracement. I've noticed that especially in the pound dollar, it gets retested quite often before it changes direction, or if it breaks the highs of the Fibonacci altogether. So even though we reached this, and I have been quite neutral for today, my bias was that push to the upper side. So now we had that. We went on to the daily, obviously, like we every day do with our trades with ICT 2022 mentorship. We will add the previous daily low on the lowest of the wick. Let's do a little bit of a zoom so you can see what's happening. Previous daily low there, previous daily high there, and the 50% on the equilibrium. We did come off this push down, which failed to break the sell side liquidity. If it fails to break sell side liquidity, it's obviously going to target the previous fair value gap, which is on the previous direction. So this direction here. And as we can see, it's filled it pretty close to the pip, and it's created the previous daily high. Above the previous daily high is the 125 that we have been trading, and it's quite an interesting price for this week and just Friday, tomorrow, and next week. So a lot of cool stuff going on the pound dollar, and price action has been quite clean, and you can see that from how many fair value gaps I'm adding in, because you can see it, and some of the videos we did it even live, you can see it reacts and then it pushes higher. What I liked about today was that we had clean, we didn't have to reposition pretty much. I only killed the trades for profit. So what that means is my, even if normally I would kill the reposition and let it run, because my profits had hit $500,000, I could just kill them for a little bit of a loss on those positions for like £35 and £60 dollars, sorry. But overall, we made $514 for the day. So another great day of trading. So we did discuss about previous daily high, previous daily low. Now let's go and look at the action. We're going to use the 15-minute. And we're going to go into the London kill zone, which it starts at 7 o'clock, so pre-market. Now, this was a clear manipulation of the open. So a lot of people hate trading the open. I love trading the open because if you can identify the Judas move, everything becomes very, very easy. And if we, like we did now, we've opened the indicator, which is the FX markets, and we're going to look at how that is going to play out. So there we go. We had this. Now, why is this not the Judas move? I'll give you a second to think about it. And I'm going to look at you whilst you're thinking about it and see if you're going to get it. So, the reason it is not is because it failed to break the highs of this swing here. And it didn't go as high up to the previous daily high. So, I was anticipating, if you look at these price action below here, we have a fair value gap here on the left side, and this failed to break the highs and the fair value gap on the top here. This is on the 15-minute, so let's put that in there so we can see what we're doing. So that's 15-minute, failed to get there, and then pushed down, came down below equilibrium. So now we're trading in discounted area. Anything below the equilibrium is discounted, above is premium. And let's see, it taps into sell side liquidity. Boom. Are we interested? Yes, we are. Why? Because the price started, it's been consolidated in low equilibrium. It had a go to break the previous daily high, but it was like, no, there's a lot of stops below this area here, and we can fill potential fair value gaps on the left side. So I'm going to go and take that out before I react and push to the upper side. Now, today was interesting because a lot of highs, intermediate highs, weren't taken out. As you can see here, stopped before the fair value gap, like a handbrake, pushed back down into equilibrium. Below the highs on the sell side liquidity, I was expecting for this to break a second time, but it did not. Came back into equilibrium, pushed high, failed to break the highs. And then we had a true break of the lows below this. So now that we've had that, we can move this below this here, and you can see sell side liquidity, and it's tapping in to the area of fair value gap. So it touched that. I wasn't anticipating that the price would break the previous daily lows. Why? Because we had this price action. And that's why it's key. For me personally, I think it's a great way, if you're a new trader, to focus on one pair, because you can get in tune with how the market is moving. We've seen this before. We've seen this sort of dirty charts where they're not clean. You're not clean and taking out a previous daily high. And then you can say, okay, I'm an extreme premium discount, premium price, so I'm going to short it. Or I'm an extreme discount price, the price is below the previous daily low. A great opportunity to buy this. So we haven't had this today. So when you see that, it's a good opportunity for you to trade it. Always stay on one side, so don't try and trade the range. But we can see this range evolving between, let's say roughly, don't take the lows, but this high here. So 124 to 1245, that's where the price action happened. It was working through into New York session. In New York session, we had the burst to the top to fill this fair value gap, which has happened right now. And if we take the replay out, well, this is where the price is now. So it had a rejection. So you can see this. I don't know about you guys, but I think this price action is pretty clean today. You can see that the price pushed up, filled the fair value gap, came back down, and pretty much came to the pip on the if you want, this order block here. So if I'm speaking too quick, it's because it's late at night. It's 9 o'clock here, so I kind of want to get this video for you guys out there so you can have the price action pretty much done. Pound dollar price action all week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I'm planning to do a video tomorrow, so you've had a whole week of analysis, how I analyzed each trade on the pound dollar price action, entries, exits. If you think that this is helping you, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And you know what's going to happen when we hit those 5,000 subscribers. We're going to open a community. So a lot of people are texting me and saying they prefer Discord over Facebook. So let me know if you'd be keen for this. Obviously, the more people that will be keen for this, it's more likely it will happen when we hit that 5,000 mark. So make sure you subscribe, share this video to anyone who you think it would find value from understanding Forex trending and trading, understanding how they can trade, especially the pound dollar. So if you're from the US, or the UK, I guess a lot of people in the world trade the pound dollar, but it's more likely that people that are involved with the news of the pound dollar are involved. So that would be like US people and UK people. But I know there are some followers who trade the pound dollar, and some of you are trading pound dollar because of what you've seen here, which is quite interesting. So let me know if this is helping you. How's your journey going? I am seeing a lot of messages on Instagram, and I'm sharing a few of them on people passing challenges and doing really well, and that makes me so happy, and it motivates me every day to do more of this and start building a little bit of a community, and especially for people who can use this free content, the 2022 mentorship. You have my content, and then you can have a community where you can discuss it and talk about it. It's just a healthy way where you can progress into your trading career. At the moment, I don't own a Discord. I'm part of the Scruffy Squad, and I'm planning to be a part of the Scruffy Squad pretty much forever. I don't know if forever, you never know, it might close down one day, but that community has been great for me, and I want to do the same for the people that follow my trading and that find value in the ICT methodology, but little nuggets that I'm sharing in terms of my personal journey on how I manage trades and the psychology part around trading. I think is one area where a lot of people don't pay enough attention, and I would say I strongly believe that my success, especially in 2023, where I'm fully green and I'm constantly bringing out a lot of money monthly, is down to my manifestation of creating this life, living in Bali, and we are literally living the dream that we had from we started thinking about this during COVID. What could we do in Bali? How could I work from wherever I want and pretty much write a paycheck to how much? So the limitation about profits in Forex is your size account. That's the one thing that will make you trade bigger in a safe manner. So we have a lot of opportunities, and as we grow in this community and you see the growth through this channel, I will show you my way on how I'm planning to reach that 4 million account from the Fivers, and how I am putting it out there that I want to be making between $18,000 to $20,000 a month as a minimum. And I know that is a challenge for a lot of people. That is ridiculous amounts of money. For others, it's not a lot of money, but I think for my followers, that is quite a substantial amount of money. And you have to start talking about it. You have to start believing it. You have to start breathing and looking in the mirror and in your trading and saying that that's possible. And that's what happened with me when I started thinking I'm going to have 5K months. I'm going to have 10K months. The more I believed it and the more I was confident in my trading, everything aligned and everything started playing out exactly like I wanted it to play out, because I put the effort and the work to make it happen. Someone shared one of this picture, and I'm going to throw it on somewhere here. Let's put it here. This is a picture from 2021 when I was doing a course by Thomas Kralo. That was my first course in doing Forex trading, especially on indices. It was a good course, a bit overpriced, I would say, for what it was providing, but it gave me a good foundation. So after that, during that, I wrote down on one of my on the whiteboard every single day, if I did 3% return and I compounded the profits, this is how many days it would take for me to be a millionaire. And you can tell that I generally believed that was going to happen. I thought I'm going to have 3% every day returns, which is absolutely ludicrous. But I really, if I was looking at myself back into 2021, I would say, good job on manifesting what potentially may happen or will happen in the future. But maybe not in such a short period of time, because we need a big account to make those profits. And I'm going to show you that journey, and I'm also going to be showing you how I'm going to be using copiers in another alternative way to make profits. Because if you have another account that you're copying your trades, you can just have two accounts with the same amounts. You're having the same risk. So you're not risking it all on one account. So you don't have to trade bigger size. You're just trading the same account on different ways. And since we're talking about size, let's talk about our 5%ers funded account. We are currently sitting on $214,100. We are sitting on $5,544 profit. Withdrawal is open. It opens every 14 days, which I can extract money, and we will be doing that. And here you can get a bit of detailed information on. We're currently at 85.7, so 86% win rate, average trade duration, average size, as you can say, you always see me trade, is one lot per trade. And I'm really fond of the fivers. They have been great. And also this way, I'm going to be starting and building my second account, which I'm going to be using a copier to increase my profits, like we discussed. The target for having a 250,000 account is 10,000, and we're halfway there. And if I zoom out a little bit, you can see it there. We're at 55% to make that target. And I want to quickly show you the boot camp. And if you're wondering of what I'm talking about when I talk about 4 million account, is this progress here. When I started, I had to do a 3 challenge to pass to get into my 100K account. So that was 3 milestone of 5%, which I made. So that was 15% to get my funded account of 100K. So pretty much doubling the account on each stage, because the drawdown was very tight. From there, I received my 125,000, and every 5% we've gone to 50, 75, 200, and now we're working towards our 250. However, if you're starting from the 100K, you still get a 75 per split, so that's really good payout. So we've done, with the challenge, we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 past milestones, and I think that's a good achievement. Now, and if we just replicate what we've currently done, and you see my profits, I don't try and go crazy. I try and pass a milestone. Well, it works out that the milestone it gets passed roughly around a month. And that's based on making 10K months. So I will need to increase the lot size a little bit if I want to continue that pace. But let's say we do another 7 milestones. After we hit the 250, which will be the 7th, we will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I do exactly what I did when I started the boot camp, we're going to be hitting 1 million account, which would be an unbelievable achievement. If someone told me that you're going to be trading in 2 years' time 1 million prop firm money, is just nuts. So we're not only going to go there, we're working towards a third sort of my own challenge of 7 milestones, which would take me to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we would hit the 4 million account. I'm manifesting that every day, and I know it will happen. It will take time, but we're going to get there. And we're not going to chase the money. We're not doing this to prove anything. It's something that we're going to do what we do every single day, and then slowly that's going to build and build and build to get to where we want it to be at the final stage of the 4 million. And who knows, we might be the first trader to do that. That would have been what was it, about 21 milestones to get there. But for someone to give you 4 millions, I think that's fair enough. That's 21 times 5, 105% profit. And I don't know how long it's going to take us to do that if you think that we do a milestone each month. But we would definitely have to increase lot size if we wanted to stay at that pace. So things are going to slow down now, because as you can see, for the next stage, if I trade the same, to make 20K, it would take me 2 months. So we're starting to get into 1.5 month. This will be like 2 months if I stayed on the same pace. 50K would be 5 months on that pace, because I do 10K per month. But we're not in a rush. We're going to take it slow and steady. And who knows, I have from information from the scruffy trader who had discussed this with the 5S, I can now confirm that when you pass the challenge, you don't have to put any stops. And they have lifted the 10 lot max on the challenge. So I might start leaving a bit of money in there to build the account so I can trade a little bit bigger lot size. So maybe 1.5 or 2, which would give me my same like 20K profits as I would be trading for 1 month. So we'll see how we're going to do it. You're going to be here. I'm going to be sharing this journey with you. So you're going to be seeing that as we build up the account. Okay, so there we have it. I'm going to start closing screens down, but not before I upload this video. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Like I said, make sure you like the video, because that's the only way these videos gets pushed and help more people. I think if I knew myself when I was starting trading, I would find a lot of benefit from the information that I'm sharing. A bit like when I met the scruffy trader, when I saw the 2022 mentorship, these things, I wanted to know, is it possible? Or is it full of scammers out there? Is it all people that are sharing the dream that you can be a millionaire over a couple of days? Yes, some people might get lucky and they gamble their way through, but we're not here for that. We're not going to gamble our life away. We want to progress slowly and steady. And as you can see, with a 200 account, you can return 8,000 to 10,000 a month. That's really, really good salary. It's a lot more than I was making back in the UK. So you don't have to hit millions and millions to make that sort of money coming into your bank account. Like we said, when I started this, I wanted to, even though I was putting it out there, I had a plan written down. This is how I'm going to hit that 1 million target. And it was ambitious and maybe a bit stupid in terms of the always doing it something 1 year. But it wasn't a crazy dream. I can see it. We're currently just about to break 250,000. So we're a quarter of a way there. And I want this to inspire you. If you're either on the boot camp or if you're in the instant funding with the prop firms, that this is a way where you can start building accounts and trading bigger and bigger and bigger. And don't let anyone else tell you that is not possible. Only you set your limits. And if someone else is feeling inadequate to achieve the dreams that you're setting out there, that means that he's not ready to manifest his own dream, but that shouldn't influence your path. You're the only person who's going to walk you on your path to success. So don't let anyone steer that, and don't let anyone tell you that it's not possible. I hope that these videos are not only showing you a way of trading and little tips on ICT 2022 mentorship and some little nuggets on my own trading. You should see these videos as proof that the milestones can be met. Money is withdrawn from prop firms. They're not scams, and you can have the dream life and live in Bali or wherever you want to live. And over the weekend, it looks like it's going to be over the weekend now, but you're going to see a little bit of Bali. I have been so excited about price action, and I know you like trading as well. So you're in a safe place. You're going to see a lot of price action. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you tomorrow to see what's going to be the final day of the week on the pound dollar. We were chatting this morning on the Discord, and we gave an example of when you trade only one pair, it's like you're reading a book. So when you start reading the book of the pound dollar, you start understanding where you are on the previous pages. So you remember what's happened previously, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So you can build that story, and you don't have to start from scratch, where you know how the pair is moving. And that's a good analogy about removing all the distraction of trading too many assets. Just focus on something that's working, really understand it, get in tune with the waves of the market, get in tune with the news, get in tune with everything about it, and that's going to slowly bring that consistency up and pay you towards your dream life and success. There we go. Right, it's getting late, so have a good one, and I'll catch you tomorrow.
I can't take no loss.